All right. So, hey, welcome to Stage Door Theater Podcast, hosted by a couple of average guys today. I am hosting alone because Joe always brings an army. Don't you, Joe?
I always bring an army.
I think you do. I feel like you always bring an army. Hey, talking to Mike, dude. Where you going?
I always bring an army.
There you are. There you are. And I also love having Actors Collaborative on because you guys do plays.
Yes.
That I love. Like, it is a rarity in the area for people to do plays. And then you guys always do plays I've never heard of. So I love that too, because I enjoy learning. I enjoy learning what the heck's going on out there, and I enjoy learning about new things. So I come into these podcasts as dumb as possible so that you guys can tell me what the show is about, what you guys are doing, because I'm going to assume that a lot of listeners are also unaware of what this show is. And it is something to do with an ocean, right? What is it? Deep Blue Sea?
Danny, go ahead.
Danny in the Deep Blue Sea.
Danny in the Deep Blue Sea. Are you playing Danny, Haley?
No.
No. Well, who's playing Danny?
Right here.
Okay. Are you the Deep Blue Sea?
She's Roberta.
You're Roberta.
I am kind of the Deep Blue Sea, though.
I would love it if you're kind of the Deep Blue Sea. All right. I immediately want to know what this is about, and please tell me it's like the life and history story of like Danny Trejo.
Life and history story of Danny Trejo?
Yeah.
Okay, so Danny is a native New Yorker.
Native New Yorker.
Bronx guy, truck driver. He's very, very tough.
So not Danny Trejo. Danny Trejo's a great actor. Come on. All right, never mind. We're moving on. Continue. Sorry. He's a New Yorker who's Bronx, you said?
No, from the Bronx.
From the Bronx,
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
So his whole demeanor, everything about Danny is very macho.
Okay. Yeah, he's Bronx, yeah.
To a toxic level.
Yeah, like pizza with a wife beater on.
Gotcha.
New Yorker.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
So, yeah, so every story he tells, his whole history somehow relates back to either anger, violence, fighting, not trusting people or things like that. So very hard exterior. Over time, we kind of see that hard exterior gets softened up, and he steps into a warmth that is kind of unfamiliar to him. So that's his big arc throughout.
I think that's so. Right away, the name is misleading to me. Then, so it sounds like it's way more serious than the name sounds like. It's going to be this fun Danny in the Deep Blue Sea. No, yeah. So now he's a kind of a toxic masculine dude, huh?
For sure.
Okay.
Stereotypical.
And that's why you got cast?
That's I got cast because I portrayed it.
Oh,
I brought it to life.
Did
for
you?
Sure, I was able to relate to some of the things.
Do you guys know Liam outside of the cast then personally before the show? Yeah, and you thought he was perfect for it because he's a great actor, right?
He auditioned well.
Okay. So tell me some more about this show here, besides the fact that he's this masculine dude who grows and does things. So what is the story exactly of the show, Joe?
It's a one-act play written by John Patrick Shanley, who also wrote Moonlighting or Moonstruck, as well as Doubt, the Parable. This is an award-winning play. It is two people and two people only, two different locations. First location is a bar. Second location is Roberta's bedroom. They are two broken humans.
Okay.
That happen to find each other just at the right time, and they start the healing process at the end of the play. But they have to get around each other. And one of the analogies that Shanley uses is the Apache dance. It's a French dance where it's both violent and romantic. And that's the dance that these two characters exhibit during the duration of the play.
Like it's a Apache. Is it an actual? I'm confused what that is. Is that an actual dance?
It's an actual dance.
So like a ballet or a mashed potato or
dance.
something. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but it's a Apache, which is a dance I've never.
Man and a woman.
Man and a woman.
Yeah, it's got a push and pull kind of feel.
Oh.
Yeah, nice way to put it.
Isn't it a lot of dancing though? Isn't it a lot of? I mean, I'm confused.
This one, an Apache dance takes it to the extreme level. There's never any doubt that both characters hurt each other, and then both characters love each other.
Gotcha.
So the push is the fighting part, the pull is the loving part.
Gotcha.
So there's constant conflict between the two of them.
Oh,
and
that's very
Danny
cool.
and Roberta, at the beginning of the play, meet each other for the first time. And then over the arc of the play, they realize that they're better together than they are apart.
Ooh, look at that. Okay, so this is very deep. So again, last time you were on, Joe, you had another deep show. I felt like, and every time I have you on, are you the one picking to do these shows? Because you pick a lot of small casts. It seems like
I chose Danny in the Deep Blue Sea. Jeff chose Red Speedo previous Thanksgiving play previous to that.
Okay, but there always seem to be these small casts, though, very intimate casts.
It's about storytelling with incredibly skilled actors.
Oh,
we don't need CGI. We don't need AI. We don't need fancy sets. We don't need lighting. We have a great story told by two talented actors.
Yeah, and speaking of the set, it's at the church, right?
Yeah, it's in the chapel at Trinity Episcopal on Adams Street.
Yeah, and is there any kind of set, or is it all going to be just these two up there being pretty bare? And that's not uncommon either. I again, I keep going back to this show that I saw with Actors Collaborative. It was the first show that I saw with them, and that set the mood for me immediately as to who ACT was. And it was the Nether, and it was this bear set. But the actors, holy moly, really pulled you in. So I'm guessing that's why you're here. So what you said kind of the Deep Blue Sea? What?
Yeah, I play Roberta.
Yeah.
She is obviously very broken,
as
was said. And she's kind of the one that, it's kind of her story. She's the one that kind of comes out and like tells her story, whereas you don't hear as much from him about why he is the way he is.
Because he's too masculine to even voice it probably in the beginning. Am I guessing wrong on that?
I would think that would be accurate. I also think that he recognizes the part that he needs to play in her story and in her life and at the time that he meets her. So it's part of he's too masculine to tell his story, so we never get to hear it. But it's also a part of that he pushes his story to the side. Maybe for the first time in his life, he's not the most important person in the moment. And he recognizes that in meeting and encounter and experiencing Roberta, aka the Deep Blue Sea.
Really? So somehow you turn something into him to make him be more than who he has been in the past. A very self-absorbed, very misogynistic type person, and he sees you and he wants to be a better person, it sounds like.
Yep.
Wow.
I wouldn't say he's self-absorbed.
Oh, not self-absorbed. I thought that's what Liam said. Sorry.
No. I mean, not self-absorbed in terms of, I mean, when I said for the first time in his life, not meaning self-absorbed, just meaning every time we hear him talk, he really is like the bigger character in the story, even from his coworkers and things like that. Like he's just a big personality, big figure every time he's around.
Center of attention.
Yeah, so this is like the first time that he's not.
Gotcha. So when he walks in the room, maybe he feels like he needs to be that person all the time, but not when he meets Roberta finally.
Yeah, for sure. Something in that experience and that encounter with her and the depths of her, aka the Deep Blue Sea, brings out something in him. And so it's just a very illuminating story where they both reveal things in each other. And that kind of plays into why in the end they decide they're better with each other than without.
Okay, so I haven't seen either of you two, have I? Am I mistaken in thinking that I've seen either of you two in any shows at all? Have you done any Actors Collaborative shows in the past, Roberta?
I did American Hero.
I call you Roberta.
I did American Hero.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did not see that show.
He was also in that. So
of course, the one show, the show I don't see are the ones you in. Right. I've heard good things about it. I did have that on as an episode, and it was very... Again, another show Actors Collaborative is putting out there that's just amazingly powerful. So you were in those two shows, and so you guys know each other really well then.
Yeah. We have some history with each other, yeah.
That's cool. Did you play off of each other in that show as well, or were you secondary characters at all? Or
we played off each other a little bit in that show for sure.
And so you must have had a great experience with them before. Did Joe? You didn't direct that one, did you? No,
I did not direct that one. I directed Haley in Significant Other.
Okay, I think was that Barkin?
That
Barkin?
That was
who directed
Significant Other?
And Perfect Arrangement is one we just did that she directed.
Okay,
and we were both in that.
Okay, so you've had some really great experiences, obviously with ACT. You keep coming back.
For sure.
Keep coming back. You got to love that out there, don't you, Joe?
I can't tell you how much I love that. I was so happy to see an amazing audition turnout for a two-person play. I had 6 women and 6 men.
Nice.
And mathematically, I could have cast it 72 different ways. But I know that I cast it the best way possible.
Yeah. So you're always doing these shows that are very deep, very strong, and you must be doing okay because people keep coming back and doing your shows for you. So that's great. I love it.
Okay.
He's Mr. Humble. I'm not gonna. Yes, no, sure, yeah.
Well, I mean, the reality is, and I've told you this before on other podcasts. Toledo is deep in talent.
Yeah,
it's just deep in talent, and some of the stories that are being chosen in the hands of people such as these two, it's why they keep coming back.
How many rehearsals have you had with these guys?
Two.
Just two?
Well, yeah.
I know you also condense your stuff, don't you? You don't really have a lot of rehearsals. Am I mistaken on that?
Condense is a good way of putting it. We get a lot done in a short period of time.
Yeah, I thought you guys have a really tight schedule of time. You're like, boom, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I thought you also mentioned since it's a play, you don't have to have music rehearsals. You don't have to have a bunch of choreography rehearsals. It's straight hammer. How many times a week do you guys have rehearsals?
Right now, 3.
3. So you've only done 2. So you guys literally just stepped in the room and have started working. Are you rehearsing at the Episcopal also?
Yes.
So you guys are in the rehearsal space pretty much then that the show is going to be in?
We are not on the stage yet. There's a rehearsal area that we have to our disposal.
Okay. I want to hear more about the show. Is there anything else you want? Because I don't want to just walk away, real quick, go see the show. What do you guys feel about the show? Because you must have had a reason why you auditioned for it, right? You didn't just say, well, Actors Collaborative is doing a show. Let me audition again.
Sure.
I don't know anything about it. Sure. So why did you audition for this show?
For me, a couple years ago with the Village Players Theater, I did a 2-person reading.
Okay.
For a production called You and I, written by one Laura Gunderson. Ever since that time, I've been anxious to do a full production of just a 2-person play.
Oh, nice.
The intimacy of it, I feel like it challenges me as an actor in a way that I've never been challenged. So when I seen the auditions for this and I actually got a hold of the script and I paid attention to it and I realized this is what I've been waiting on for 3, 4, or 5 years now.
Did you read the whole script ahead of time or just start to figure it out and then say, no, I definitely want to do this show?
I was familiar with the script.
Oh.
I didn't read it full through prior to auditioning, but I did have some familiarity with it.
Okay.
It's Shanley. If you're in theater, you're familiar with acting, then you know. You know Shanley.
So in other words, I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
so no, I don't know, of course.
So that was my interest. Just wanted to be challenged as an actor.
Yeah.
Just wanted to do a production that I've never done. I've never done something of this powerful, this dynamic, and like you said, it's a bare set almost. So a lot of times the set can help with the play, but a lot of times if it's too much going on, the set can be not a distraction, but it could be something that's taking the attention fully off the story and fully off of the actors. I feel like with this bare set, it puts all the attention.
That is extremely courageous.
Yeah, and there you go.
There's
put
no
yourself
place to hide.
out there.
It's no place to hide.
There's no place to hide.
There's only one other person ever even on the stage with you.
There you go.
So it's all you.
There you go. So,
and Roberta.
Yep.
And Haley. But still, that is that is a very courageous thing to do, to decide I'm going to do this show and I know it's on me to be good.
That's it.
If it's not good, they can only
blame me
and Haley. That's it, right? How about yourself, Haley? Why would you do this show?
Kind of a lot of the same. It's just a very deep, dark, meaningful, powerful show. And it's not something that I've ever had the opportunity to do before, role wise.
To go this deep and dark, and what do you mean, like?
Yes, because it's very, very
like
deep,
what?
very
Like, give me a sample of something from the show that's awful. I mean, nobody's gonna know. They're not gonna get the whole gist of the story here. We're trying not to, ruin the plot, but also we want to give a little bit like, why is it so deep? Why is it so? Like you say, oh, it's so deep and so powerful, but what is so deep and powerful?
When I say she's broken, she did something that she can't forgive herself for. And it is
something illegal.
Oh, no.
No. Okay. No, just morally against what she would have done. Hopefully in life, maybe.
Something with her father.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I won't go any further than that.
She did something with her father that she's not that she would never want to share with the world, basically.
Yes.
And something very dark, very deep.
And she struggles with being able to forgive herself for that and feeling like she messed up her entire family dynamic and like all of that.
Yeah.
And so she actually has an entire meltdown scene.
Yeah. And you wanted to do that. You saw that script and said, I want to try and do this.
Absolutely.
Wow. You guys are super brave. I mean, you guys are really putting it out there. I can see why Joe is saying that, he's fortunate to have you guys as performers to put this out there, because I don't know. I mean, I have to give a lot of credit and a lot of praise to performers out there in this community. You said that we have a lot of talent. We do have a lot of talent, but I think we also have a lot of risk takers, like the two of you out in the community, that are willing to do things in front of people that are very, I don't know what the right word is, but very sketch, very scary, very vulnerable. That's the word I was looking for. Very vulnerable to put yourselves into. And then you have to portray it in a way with your skill sets that is believable. And then again, there's only the two of you. Mm-hmm. So when is this show? Because I want to go see this show now. Because I have not seen a good, I like to be joyous a lot. I like to see happy, little bubbly things, but once in a while, I want to see something. And you're bringing me something that I am intrigued, and I want to know what it is you guys are doing. So when is this show?
Friday and Saturday, November 15th and 16th at 8 p.m., Sunday, November 17th at 3 p.m.
At Epiphany Players. No. At where? I'm sorry?
Trinity Episcopal Church on Adams Street in the chapel.
Thank you. I will cut out what I just said. Because I got my churches mixed up, because there's an Epiphany Players in the area that does shows. So, oh, well, that's amazing. Like I said, I want to get online. I'm going to buy some tickets here and go see you guys, because I've met you. I am impressed with just you personally, and the fact that you guys want to do this and put yourselves out there in this vulnerable position. There's something wrong with me, I guess, maybe, but I want to see you in this roles. I want to see you do these things. I want to see what the story is, because you haven't really told me anything, but you have told me something. So I'm excited, man. Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for your time as always, Kyle.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.